Welcome to another video lecture series on digital signal processing. I'm Dr. Vinod. In this video, we are going to discuss about applications of digital signal processing. We know that digital signal processing is a key part of analytical engineering and signal processing. It is used whenever signals like it may be audio, image, sensor data need to be analyzed, modified, or optimized, and it is used everywhere in the modern technologies. Okay, so the main area where this digital signal processings are applied is in like encoders and decoders, like for compression and encryptions, and for noise reductions in the headphones and calls, then for speech recognition, then audio compressions, like MP3 format, AAC formats, right? The musical effects like echoes, equalization, etc. And it ensures reliable and efficient data transmissions. And it can be used in the modulation, demodulation of the signals, error detections and corrections. Then it is used in signal filtering, bandwidth optimization, and it is also used in Wi-Fi, satellite communication, and mobile networks like 4G and 5G. It also used in the aerospace industries and space. I already told you it is used in the image and video compression. We are like compression technique like the JPEG and MPEG, object detection, face recognition, medical imaging like MRI and CT scan, image enhancement, and it is also used in the healthcare like EEG, ECG, signal analysis, for patient monitoring, and for noise filtering in the for the biomedical signals, and to diagnose um, support tools, right? Like it is also used in the modern vehicle intelligence, such as like radar and sonar signal processing, autonomous driving systems, engine and vibration monitoring, collision avoidance, and parking assistance. It is also used in the industries as fault detection in the machineries, process control system, robotics, and automation. And for geo physical application like earthquake detection and analysis, oil and gas exploration, seismic data interpretations. It also used in the embedded, right? Like smartphones, smart TV, gaming console, and wearable devices. So it is all about this DSB is all about making the signal clear, smaller, faster, and more meaningful, powering technologies from your phone to satellite, right? So there are some examples I have given for manufacturers and models of the DS process. So if you see the Texas Instruments, it starts with TMS 320 CXSS. It is a family of DSP processor which is developed by Texas Instrument Company, TI. Okay. So this processor is specially designed for the DSP applications such as audio processing, communication system, image processing, and control systems. Generally, the TMS 320C1X, it is nothing but a fixed point DSP processor, which is so first generation basic DSP operations. TMS 320C2X, it is also a fixed point DSP processor, which is quietly faster. It has improved speed, and it have efficiency more than the first generation. Next to 3X, it is a floating point DSP. Okay. It is high precision scientific calculation. We are using this 3x, and 4x is also a floating point DSP, which its application is like parallel processing, multi-processor support. And 5x, 54x, 67x. So next, the last one is 64x. So which is used for video and image processing, and it is a fixed point DSP. So likewise, I have an analog device ADSP 21XX, can ADSP 21XXX, which is first one is a 16-bit fixed point one, and 32-bit floating and fixed point one. So likewise, the Motorola company also producing some DSP processor, which starts from DSP 561XX and DSP 560XX and DSP 96,002, 96002, which is a 32-bit floating point. Then Lucent Technologies DSP 16. XXX, which is a 16-bit floating point processor, and 32XX is a 32-bit floating point processor. So if you see the classification, generally the fixed point DSP, which is faster and it is lower in cost, and it is used in the embedded system. So C2X, 5X and 54X, C55XR comes under the fixed point DSP. Whereas the floating point DSP, that is used for a higher precision, and it is used in the scientific applications. So the examples are C3X, C4X and C67X. So the next one is the passing rate requirement in DSP, which is based on the type of the signals and the algorithms we are used. So generally the audio and video processing which needs different speed, because the video contain more data than the audio. So DSP audio application generally require the sampling rate, which is in terms of kilohertz. So if you see, the 8 kilohertz is used for speech processing, and 44.1 kilohertz sampling rate is used for musical, that is CD or MP3 quality. Then 48 kilohertz sampling rate is required for professional audio, and 96 kilohertz or higher is for high quality audio systems. So generally the FAR filter, which requires more computation, because the output depends only on the many past inputs. So whereas IAR filter, which is faster than the FAR filter, because it uses the previous outputs and need only fewer components. Why we go for the FFT is it is used for the frequency analysis, equalizer, speech recognition, and noise cancellation. So what is the sampling rate? Suppose 44.1 kilohertz means the DSP out must process 44,100 samples per second. So this is which is the meaning for the sampling rate. So what is a video signal processing rate? Means for video it requires a very high processing rate, because each frame it contains many pixels. Suppose if the video rate is 34 frames per second FPS, is a standard video. So whereas if we go for 60 frames per second, is a smooth videos. If I go for a 120 frame per second, means it is used for the high speed applications.